How's it going, guys? This is Trent from No Nut Clarity, coming to you today with a video about why you shouldn't stay stuck on your problems forever. Now, the hard truth of all that is, no matter what you're going through, no matter how tragic it is, whether it be big or small, life's gonna keep on moving, and you can either stay in the same spot you are or try to adapt to it. It's the harsh reality of it, but unfortunately, things don't pause because we're going through something. And it all sounds like relatively simple advice, like, oh, I know this, or I've heard this before, where it's like, why don't you act like you know them? It's easy to say, like, I know, or be like, I've heard this before a million times, but have you ever bothered to actually, like, instead of acting like you know that you heard it, have you actually, like, tried to act like you know and start doing the things you need to do to get through your issues? And again, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be from being in a very depressive state. Trust me, I've been there to the point where like I wanted to end my life. I've been there. And that's not easy to overcome. And I'm not going to pretend it is. But regardless of what issue you're going through, you're going to have to still try to take those steps and take initiative to getting your problem solved. Because at the end of the day, like I said, life's not going to wait for you. And unfortunately, things are going to just keep on passing by. The longer you wait, the more you wallow in despair, the more you just sit there and just feel sorry for yourself or feel mad at the situation or try to act like if I did this or I did that or I did this or I did that or if they did this, they did that. It's like none of that's going to help the situation, or you end up falling into the habit of like doom scrolling Instagram or TikTok or watching YouTube videos. So I've literally just like did all that the past few days, and or the past day. I'm just like, oh, this is not helping at all. Like, this is not going to get my stuff back to me any faster. And just having that realization that I really need to just start locking in and get stuff done and take a step back and look at things like procedurally, step by step. Like, I need to do this, need to do this, need to do this, to bounce back and get it done, because you can bounce back. And there's another video that I want to make eventually, but I might just talk about it now, about how we could have a bunch of positive things go on, and then one negative thing happens and it makes all of that irrelevant, and then we suddenly just like get into a state of just like, oh fuck, everything is just fucked. I am screwed and I don't know how to deal with this, and I am just going to be sad until I figure out how to deal with it, or somebody does it for me, and we can't really just wait for that. Now, as a little disclaimer, like if something happens to you, you're understandably going to be feeling something or probably down for a while, whether it's like tragic, minor, or a little in between. Like if you had your house burned down, your car stolen, you're probably going to be upset, especially for a while, trying to figure out what to do. If you had like, I don't know, a family member die too, that's going to affect you for a while and probably still affect you for a long time. Like it's understandable, like things are going to get to you in life, and unfortunately there's no answer or buts about it. Like we're going to get probably emotional and feel sad for a while, because like we're humans, we're emotional beings, we're going to feel something, we're going to have something affect us. Some people deal with it better than others, but in reality shit happens and we're going to have to unfortunately process it. And those issues are going to affect us mentally, physically, financially, or all of that stuff. Like, for example, one of the big reasons why I'm talking about this video is I recently had something happen to me. I freaking lost my wallet. And I'm not here to compare issues as far as like, oh, that's not a big deal. I lost my car. Like, shit happens. But for me, that was a pretty big deal. My wallet, of course, contains like my identity, my banking information, stuff like that. So of course, losing that, I'm just understandably upset. Like what I'm about to do next, I'm getting tilted over it right before New Year's, and I'm just like, well, this is a great start to the new year, 2024, and already we're off to a great start. Like fuck. So understandable, I'm fucking pissed. Like right now, I'm just like getting upset, getting tilted. My emotions are overriding my logic, and I'm just letting it just make me get down to a funk. I'm just like laying in bed trying to figure out what I'm gonna do next. Thankfully, I did the smart thing and froze all my cards, made sure nobody could spend it, in case they happen to find my wallet. Like, I may have lost like $40, but I mean, $40 compared to thousands of other dollars is a drop in the bucket. But regardless of that, I still lost a lot of stuff in that wallet. So I'm just like, God dang it. And so over there next day, you're just like laying in bed figuring out what I'm going to do about my job, what I'm going to do about my money, my ID, and just sitting in my bed like tilted and just like wallowing in despair, like, oh my freaking God. And technically, everything in that wallet's replaceable. And in the back of my head, I know that. But on top of my head, I'm just like sitting here with regrets, like, I shouldn't have did this, I shouldn't have did that, I shouldn't have made that mistake, I shouldn't have wear those sweatpants that made it easy for my wallet to just fall out of my pocket. And we start trying to like think about, oh, if I just go back in time, this wouldn't happen. And in reality, you can't really like go back. You can't blame anybody. Like, shit happened. Like, you can't just go back. If we could, cool. But unfortunately, that's not the case. This isn't Dragon Ball Z. You can't go back in time, or any time traveling show or anime. But long story short, it happened. Gotta get over it. And at the end of the day, a lot of times it's our own fault. Like, I had the person that I was picking up at the time trying to blame herself for it. She's an amazing person, but she was like, if you didn't come, it wouldn't have happened. I'm like, no. It was my own fault. I lost my own wallet. This is nothing that you have to concern yourself over. And some people try to blame others for their mistake. And at the end of the day, sometimes you have to realize that we fucked up. It happens. But in order to bounce back from that, it's all about your mindset and how you get into it. Of course, probably for a little while, understandably, since again, we are emotional creatures, we have emotions, we're going to get angry when bad stuff happens, we're going to get sad, we're going to despair. And people can pretend all they want not to have emotions. People can bottle it up. Some people are just good at bottling it up or not showing it, not expressing it, or either better at controlling it. And that's fine, that's fair. Everybody processes things differently. But let's talk about my own personal experience. I'm not perfect at processing every single emotion. I'm just not. I'm not built like that. But at the same time, I've gone through enough hardship and enough of these situations where I'm just like, okay, let me take a step back. I'm still upset, still despairing. Let me take a step back and realize that everything that I just lost is replaceable. Like, did I die? No. Do I still have an apartment right now? Yes, I can still do what I need to do to get stuff back. I can just, go to the DMV and get a new ID. Go to the bank, get new cards. And I still have money in my bank account. You gotta and basically, long story short, you have to take a step back and realize the steps you need to take and what you already still have. And it may not be the most convenient process because I don't want to wait for hours in the DMV to get a new ID. I don't want to wait hours in the bank to get a new card to start finally being able to purchase things again. Like, I don't want to do that, but we just have to. And when you start rationalizing those steps, you realize that the problem is solvable. It may be inconvenient, but we can still get over it. Like, we didn't die. We still have a chance to get through it, and we get just bounce back. And it's easier said than done. Like, it's easy to just motivate somebody. Like, this problem is so minuscule, they shouldn't be worrying about it. And technically it is. But it's hard to get that motivation, especially when people can't always just simply rationalize things. Because emotions, we a lot of times let our emotions take over our actions. Like, I've done that quite a bit in the past where I've done stupid shit because I've just been super emotional and I've gotten either too angry, too sad, or I was depressed in the moment and let myself do something dumb. But, and again, it's okay. I'm going to keep on saying this. It's okay to have emotions. Like, we're humans. We naturally have emotions. We're emotional, social beings that fuck up all the time. But the thing is, though, we have the opportunity to learn from those interactions, those mistakes, and those things that we've done. And that's a lot of what my video series is about, because everything I've talked about, every video that I've made in this series has been something that I've already been through. I'm either have healed from or I'm currently healing from, and I'm still working on it. Hell, right now, this current issue, I'm still working on it. Like, I'm still going to go get my stuff replaced and whatnot. And It may be a pain in the ass, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to get done, and then I'll be back to normal, bounce back soon. And not everybody can just simply bounce back right away. But it's okay, you will bounce back. You can't just let yourself just give up and give in and stay tilted. Because, like I said in the beginning, regardless of what you're going through, life's not going to stop just for you. It's like playing a game online and your mom tells you to pause it. And it's like, I can't pause it. Like, the online game's not gonna wait for me to eat dinner before somebody freaking kills me in Call of Duty. Like, it's just gonna happen. And we probably all heard that phrase, but did you die a lot? But I didn't really think about it till my friend, one of my friends, she's amazing. Keeps on saying whenever I have an issue, she's like, but are you dead? No, then you get through it. And that's exactly what I have to think about. Like, I have to really, and I definitely advise people to really take a step back when you're overwhelmed with the issue that's really getting to you. Like, again, no matter what it is, just like the wallet thing, it may not be the worst thing in the world, but at the same time, it's still an issue that's very, very pressing to me. I've never lost my wallet, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is, but we have to realize what we already have and what we can do and take a step back from that. Of course, you probably need to kind of process it, probably to talk to some people. And again, I definitely want people to process their emotions, get help if you need to, especially have friends or family resources available. But your problems still require you to solve them because they are your problems. And I definitely advise to take a step back and just look at the grand scheme of things. Like, have you already tried? Can you start trying to solve it? Do you have anybody that can help you out in the meantime? Stuff like that. So we're gonna have to go through a little hardship to get things done. We're gonna have to go to that therapy session. We're gonna have to spend that money. We're gonna have to go get that toxic person out of our life. Go leave that bad relationship. Go make amends. Go pay those bills. Go get your new ID when your wallet gets stolen. I don't even know the first step if what happens if you lose a house, but goddamn, I'm pretty sure it's a lot. But still, regardless, it's like you can't just not have a house. You can't just not have an ID. You can't just let your mental health go terrible because you have terrible people in your life. Like, you're gonna have to still take those steps to get better, regardless of what situation it is. It requires a little hardship to get some gains. I mean, hell, if you go into the gym to get the body you want, you're gonna have to go through a lot of hardship to get some gains to show up, and you got to go through a lot to get some muscles. But at the same time, you can do it. It can get better. You can bounce back, or hell, bounce forward at all if you haven't even tried bouncing back yet. But regardless of what it is, you're going to have to, at the end of the day, after you've mulled through your emotions, because again, you're going to have to probably process things depending on how you function as an emotional being. You're probably going to have to mull things over, maybe shorter or longer than other people. It doesn't matter if somebody can process emotions like that and just immediately get back to working. Like, good for them. They're not you. Don't worry about the other people that are just like, they seem to be able to get through issues just fine. They seem to be doing better than me. Don't worry about them. Worry about yourself. Just because you may process things a bit longer, that's still fine. Like, of course, I keep saying that that's not gonna wait, but at the same time, we're still human. We still need time to cope with things, still need time to think things over, and sometimes it takes some advice, maybe a little push. And I'm hoping that this video may potentially help give you that push to be like, I have this issue, but let me at least try to take a step back and think about, okay, this issue is controlling my life, controlling me right now, making me get very emotional, but what can I do to solve it? Can I stop looking on Instagram for like 5 minutes to take a step back and be like, okay, I'm sad. Why am I sad? Or I'm despairing. Why am I despairing? And think about why you are, and then think about what can I do to get over that? What are the steps I need to take to get over that? And depending how pressing the issue is, you may want to start either now or make a plan to start, the next day or the next week, make a schedule for it. But you're going to want to definitely try to get your life back on track, regardless of what it is. And I feel like you can. If I can, then I feel like pretty much anybody can. I know Again, I'm not going to compare issues, but people have bounced back from a lot of things. You're going to hear all the time stories of like, I was homeless and I bounced back. Now I'm a millionaire. And I think Will Smith did that. I don't remember. But regardless of the issue, you can bounce back. Life may not wait for you, but you can still process things in your own time, take a step back, look at what the situation is, and solve it for yourself. And hey, if you need help, that's fine. Some people don't need help. Good for them. But if you need help, that's just fine. Like, I may need help with what I'm going through right now. I mean, hell, I had to have 3 friends talk to me, just give me a pep talk to kind of keep my heads up, my spirits up. So there's something wrong with that. But yeah, I do hope this video, regardless of how long or short it is, my little rant, I do hope that it helped you at least get some insight, especially if you're going through something right now, into what you can hopefully do or realize that can help you resolve your issues, whether it be trauma, whether it be therapy, whether it be losing someone or something replaceable even, or something irreplaceable. Regardless of what it is, just remember, life won't wait, but you still have the ability to get through it. And I'm going to be right here with you getting through it because I'm working on my own stuff. So everybody can self-improve together and get through the issues, not just wallow in despair. But that's all I got for today. This is Trent from No Nut Clarity. Thank you for watching and Happy New Year. Hope your New Year is going well. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.
Don't need to make plans, it's all in your hands. I'm too busy, I'm spending all my time with you. Driving through the states, don't know what awaits. It don't matter, I'm spending